Hello everyone, welcome to my second channel. I am Abby from Abby's Exanthics, patent pending. Like every reptile owner, I've come to the part of my life where I am getting too many tanks for the space that I have. I live in a small bedroom, in a small apartment with 4 other people, and I don't have any room, especially not for a desk for gaming. I don't have any room for my desk, my media center, my TV, my bed, my bookcase, and 4 tanks. And so I decided to get some shelves for my tanks. What I was looking for in a shelf was sturdy, of course, because I have 40-gallon breeder tanks. I was also looking for customization because I have different size tanks. I have low boys, I have high boys, I've got crested gecko tanks. So I went with this one from Home Depot. It is a Husky brand, which is, I know it's good for other stuff like hammers and tools. This one, I was gonna get it in black, but the place I went to only had it in red. Ugly color, but that's fine. This shelf was $49. Putting it together was a pain, but luckily my roommate and best friend was able to help me put that together. And by help, I mean I, cheered him on. I looked pretty while he did all the work. And after many frustrating messes and mistakes and a lot of bodily gas from my friend, we were able to get it put together. This thing is surprisingly sturdy. Like, I know it's on the box it says that it can hold up to 5,000 pounds, but I never trust that. For some reason, I don't know why. I'm just a paranoid girl. But my friend literally got on top of this thing and it didn't collapse. This is what it looks like put all together. As you can see, I can put my isopods on there, my TV, my bearded dragon tank, I have my leopard gecko tank, I have my reptile supplies, and I have my plants and cresteds on top. Now, there are 2 ways to configure this shelf, and I decided to put it side by side because I feel like putting it one on top of the other would have looked awkward. I'm sorry, there's birds. And I also needed a place to put my TV because I misjudged how big this thing was. I was originally going to get one twice this size because I thought that, the smaller version wouldn't be big enough, but the smaller version is actually almost too big. In fact, it fits on this wall with just like 2 inches to spare from hitting my door. When the time comes to get the king snake that I'm hoping to get, it will be this little shelf above the leopard gecko cage will be moved down a few inches, and I'm going to get another low boy to put on that shelf. So then it will be effectively holding 4 tanks as well as, everything else. I was also super excited for this shelf because, like, can you see that? Can you see how pretty that looks in the background? I have a gaming channel that I occasionally game on, and this would be the perfect background, showing all my little guys. All my little guys! But yeah. It's quite strong, it's quite large. It's a bit ugly, but we're working with it. I was gonna get one of my crested geckos out, but he's so hidden, man. I'm not bothering with that right now. But yeah, if you are looking for a reptile room shelf, either for your bedroom or, I don't know, any room, really, I strongly recommend the Husky brands from Home Depot. They were pretty cheap for, like, how stable these are. This one mostly worked out for me. It says that the weight capacity is 5,000 pounds overall, and I know I'm not using that much. I'm not sure if... How much is even a 40-gallon tank? I don't know, I'd say like 200 pounds. So I don't doubt you could put a fair amount of tanks on these. They're also fully customizable. Mostly customizable. So yeah, thank you for coming over. Thank you for visiting my room. But it's time for you to go home now. And bearded dragon tank setup coming soon.